Hey everybody, welcome back to Restoration Made Simple. This is Nate here. Today I wanted to talk about how to use Restoration Made Simple's scope sheets. Primarily the reason why we have these listed in our online university is because we are writing estimates for a lot of our current clients, but we're also writing a lot of estimates for those who are not clients. And one of the biggest issues that we run into, or the questions we get asked, is what documents do I need to send RMS in order to write an effective estimate? And it's a great question. And to be totally honest, as we all know, most people are not getting proper documentation. They're not capturing everything. So I want to take a couple minutes to go over the basic scope sheets, what we're looking for, but also just to get your brain thinking about how you can make more money, how you can document better, and hopefully just run a better organization and have technicians who are skilled in what they're doing. So what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. All right. Okay. So in the online university, we have an estimate forms bundle. And with that bundle, we've gone through and basically shared what we consider to be the most common scope sheets that somebody should use. Now, for companies that are just starting out, or for companies that have new technicians, I know a lot of you are using Encircle, you might be using Mika, you might be using Clean Claims, and that's okay. But I have found that if you don't have training on that, many people really struggle to capture information. And they're always calling me going, Nate, I don't have the data that I need, but I still need an estimate written. Don't be afraid to use pen and paper starting out. And one of the reasons I say that is because with pen and paper, it's actually going to train your technicians to see all the things that you can actually bill for that they're unaware of. And so with these scope sheets, when they look at them, it's looking at them straight in the face of, oh yeah, I can bill for this. Oh yeah, I did this. Oh yeah, I did this. Whereas when you're using Encircle or Clean Claims or Mika, you don't see all that looking in front of you. You have to go into the app, you got to go into a certain room, and then you got to click on a button, and hopefully it has the drop down. This eliminates all of that stuff. So this first scope sheet, because this is going to be the most common, is your cover page for a water loss. And as you can see, this is very standard, it's very straightforward and extremely simple. We're just asking the guys to fill out the information for the contact info, and then the rest of it is pretty much going to be checking boxes. So very, very straightforward. I like to tell everybody it takes the stupid out of documentation. Now, I'm not going to go through every single line item on here, but you can see it talks about, was it after hours? Was it a weekend? Was it a holiday? Is it just going to be a mitigation estimate, or will there be rebuild on there? And then it goes through and it gives a very brief description of what category 1, category 2, and category 3 water are. So if you have a new guy, he can at least use this as a reference point as he's filling out the rest of the scope sheet. Now with this, as you can see, there's things on here that help your guys understand what the standard is for this industry. So if you have equipment setup and takedown, over here you can see that it says it typically takes 20 minutes per piece of equipment. So that's a good gauge for your guys to use when they're talking about their equipment setup, when they're talking about monitoring, and how all of that stuff works. So a very straightforward page. This is just the intake sheet on the first page. And then I'm going to jump over and share with you the second page. And this is the flood form per room. Now, this is going to be really hard for you guys to see. For some reason, my computer won't let me zoom in with this. But if we look at this, trying to zoom in a little bit, this has probably 40 or 50 line items on it. And with these line items, you can go through, and it literally is walking the technician through step by step on all the things that we consider to be the most common things that happen on a flood. Now, keep in mind, we can't put every single thing on there, but this is going to get your technicians' brains thinking about, oh yeah, I did this. Oh yeah, I did this. Or, oh yeah, I need to do this. I haven't done it yet. So there is still power with pen and paper, as much as I hate to say it, because we're moving to a technology industry. Do not be afraid to share all these sheets with your guys, even if you're still going to use software for your documentation, just so they can see what it is they need to be looking for when they show up to a job. Now, once again, I can't scroll in, but you're going to see there's a lot of stuff on here that makes it much, much easier for your guys. And it also makes it a whole lot easier for us when we're writing these estimates to know what types of things you've done. On other forms that we do have on here, so we have a smoke and cleaning form. I'll open some of these up. They're pretty self-explanatory. These are sheets that have literally hundreds of items, line items on here of things that you can charge for when you are doing a fire loss. Okay, so you can go through and check it. If you have a contents division, this is great. It's just a reminder to them of all the different things and different codes that are on there. If we go over to this is a smoke cleaning form intake sheet, so you can fill all this out with them. Once again, just really good information that is on a pen and paper so that hopefully your crews are not forgetting stuff and collecting everything that they need. If you look at this over here, this one is actually for siding. So if you guys are going to be doing exterior and you need an estimate written on that, we've gone through and listed the most common items that you're going to have on a siding estimate: soffit, fascia, square footages, linear feet, and all that type of stuff. So this would be for an exterior. If we go over to, let me scroll back here, sorry. If you're doing roofs, this is a great one for roofs. It goes through all the things that we would need to know if we're going to write an estimate for you on a roof. Once again, straightforward. It's more of a checkbox thing, or you just need to write in the length or the width or whatever it is on these and just filling out that information, so it kind of walks you through step by step with that. Let's see if there's any other forms here I forgot. Okay, so this is just a cover page that talks about our estimate writing services. Talks about what we need from you, but it also has our fee schedules. You'll find that we're probably one of the most cost-effective estimate writing services out there. We actually do a flat fee instead of a percentage. And so that does keep the cost a lot lower, especially if you're doing a large job. A lot of times I've found that we've been literally thousands of dollars less than a percentage-based system. So the great thing for you guys is it passes along the savings to you so that you can make more money. So these are the services that we do have. Now, one thing I am going to tell everybody here, and I don't have a screen I can share with you, but I will say, let me stop sharing here for a second. If you can get a 360 scan of your jobs, and when I say a 360, I'm talking about interior in most cases, it will make a world of a difference to our estimate writers. All of them have made it very clear to me that even if you have a terrible scope sheet, if you do a pre and a post 360 scan of all the rooms, my guys can still write a really good estimate. Now, I'm not advocating that you have bad paperwork. We want good paperwork, but when we have a 360, whether it's a Matterport, whether it's a DocuSketch, whether you use Ricoh Camera, they have their own cloud service where you can record all this stuff. It will make the estimate writing much easier for us, but in almost every single case, we're going to be able to capture more dollars for you, because when we look at that 360 scan, we're going to see all the stuff that you did. And 9 times out of 10, your technicians typically don't document everything that they've done on a job. So we're able to increase that job average for you. So please, 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 I don't care if it's DocuSketch, Matterport, or Ricoh, use one of them. Do a pre and a post, and it's going to allow you to increase your job average significantly. So that's my training today on the scope sheets and using forms. If you guys need more information, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or to Greg or to Stacy. We'll get you that bundle, and you can use those forms on each of your jobs. Thanks, guys. Take care.